This is the gladiator match of the century. The Son of Krypton versus the Bat of Gotham. Batman v Superman, directed by Zack Snyder, the man that directed Watchmen and Man of Steel. Starring Henry Cavill as Clark Kent Superman and Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne Batman. This movie starts up where Man of Steel left off. From Batman's point of view, you see Bruce Wayne witnessing the battle between Superman versus Zod. One of his buildings gets destroyed and a lot of his employees get killed in the crossfire. One of the employees does survive, played by Scoot McNairy. Bruce Wayne is very mad about this and blames Superman for the destruction of this building. He believes that Superman is too powerful. The old debate of power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Through the movie, there's this debate: is Superman a savior or a destroyer? Is he a threat to the people of Earth, or is he their protector? On the Superman side, why does Superman want to fight Batman? Batman is a very aggressive vigilante, so aggressive to the point in this movie that he's actually killing people. I was a little shocked to actually see Batman killing people in this movie, but then again, we have seen Batman kill people in previous movies. The Michael Keaton Batman has killed people, and in the first Christian Bale movie, he did let Ra's al Ghul die in that film. So this has not happened before in Batman movies. We have seen Batman kill people before in live action. But aside from that, the reasoning or motivation as to why Superman goes up against Batman is not totally done well, except through the manipulation from Lex Luthor, who's played by Jesse Eisenberg in the movie, and I'll talk a little bit about his performance later on in my review. But I did like the confrontation between Batman and Superman. I did like their contrast, and they did have some very good friendship chemistry within the movie, so there was that. Henry Cavill is great as Superman. He's not as good as Christopher Reeve, the man I grew up with as Superman, but he's good enough for this generation, and I do like him in the role. Ben Affleck is actually very good as Batman. When I heard he was being casted as Batman, the man that did Daredevil, I was like, what? But his acting ability has gotten better ever since he's done movies that he is now directing, and after he did the movie Gone Girl, his acting has really gotten better over the years, so he is really getting to the point in his career where he's become a really good actor, and I think he really does well as Batman. Gal Gadot plays Wonder Woman in this movie. She has her own agenda within the storyline, and surprisingly she was good in this movie. When I heard she was being casted as Wonder Woman, I really didn't like the idea of her being Wonder Woman because her reputation has been from the Fast and Furious films as an eye candy actress. I was thinking, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman? Really? A Fast and Furious actress? I don't know. But after seeing her in this role, she's actually very good. She's not as good as Linda Carter, the Wonder Woman I grew up with, but she's good enough for the role, and I really did like her. I liked her interactions with Bruce Wayne in the movie. They were very good together, and they had a little bit of chemistry, so that was great. Amy Adams plays Lois Lane in the film, Superman's love interest, and she's much better in this film than she was in the previous Man of Steel movie. Her character is a bit more developed. The chemistry between her and Henry Cavill Superman is much better. There really wasn't much chemistry between them in the Man of Steel, so I'm glad there's more chemistry between them in this movie. That's good. Jeremy Irons plays Alfred in the movie, Bruce Wayne's surrogate father and butler. He is really good in this movie, and I really did like Jeremy Irons as the butler and surrogate father to Bruce Wayne. They had some really good friendship chemistry in there. Their interactions were really good. Everything that Jeremy Irons said was great, and his performance is great. He's a terrific actor. Very good Alfred. Lawrence Fishburne plays Perry White, and I thought he was very good in this movie. I liked the way he was talking in headlines. That was pretty funny throughout the movie. Diane Lane plays Martha Kent, Superman's Earth Mother, and she's great in this film. I really did like her. Holly Hunter plays a senator in the movie who brings up the debate of whether or not Superman is a protector or a threat to the people of Earth, and she was very good in this movie. I really did like her. I believe she is the voice of Mrs. Credible in the Incredibles movies, Elastigirl. And it's kind of funny to have Elastigirl playing a senator in a Superman movie. That's pretty cool. Finally, let's talk about Lex Luthor. For cast members here. Jesse Eisenberg would not have been my pick for Lex Luthor. I was really hoping for somebody like Bryan Cranston to play the role, because I wanted a more like a Clancy Brown type of Luthor, the Lex Luthor from the Superman animated series, or somebody similar to Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor in Smallville. And to have Jesse Eisenberg, I really didn't think he could do the role well. To some extent, he does do the role pretty good, but other times he was very annoying, and he really felt like the writers and director, Zack Snyder, wanted him to be like Heath Ledger's Joker. Lex Luthor is not supposed to be like that. He's supposed to be egotistical, he's supposed to be a genius, very arrogant. He's not a psychopath or a maniac, really. So to have him be played in this way, he is a manipulator though, and I did like that part of the character. But aside from that, I didn't really like the way he was being played totally, but I think Jesse Eisenberg did the best with what he had, though. Let's talk about Doomsday. If you've seen the big spoiler trailer that was put out that had Doomsday in it, you know he's in the movie, and man, this is not the way Doomsday is supposed to look. Doomsday should look a bit more fierce and a bit more threatening. He does look pretty threatening and fierce in the movie, but he looks like the cave troll from Lord of the Rings, or a cross between the Hulk and the Abomination, or like one of the Ninja Turtles from the Michael Bay films. He does not look the way he's supposed to look from the comic book. Zack Snyder took an extra year off to make this movie, and this is the best he could come up with when he decides to put Doomsday in it? Come on! You have all this time to create a good CGI monster. You want to use that particular monster for the movie and make him look better. And there could have been other villains they could have used to bring Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman together to fight against, like Bizarro, or maybe Metallo. Maybe they could have turned Scoot McNairy's character into Metallo. That could have been an interesting idea and a great way to introduce Kryptonite. Kryptonite is introduced in this movie. That's pretty cool. But Doomsday, it feels a bit rushed to get Doomsday in, and it feels like you're just trying to keep up with Marvel. But the fight between Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman versus Doomsday was really awesome. I really liked how it was done. So that part kept me invested through the movie, and that was pretty cool. The fight between Batman and Superman was really good. I know it's not as long as everybody hoped it would be, but it's long enough to the point that it makes a good impact on the plot of the film, and I really did like that. The cameos from the other Justice League members, you knew this was going to happen in the movie because word was put out that they were going to put cameos of the upcoming Justice League members in this film to set up for their upcoming Justice League movie. That was done pretty good. It could have been done a little bit better perhaps, but it's done well enough for the plot, I guess. A couple of minor spoilers. The opening of the movie shows Batman's parents getting killed. I don't think we really need to see that again. It could have been differently done where you have Bruce Wayne mourning over the graves of his parents and mentioning that they were killed in a mugging. We don't really need to see Batman's parents getting killed again. We've seen it in the 1989 Batman, Batman Forever, Batman Begins. We don't need to see it again in this movie. Even though it's being done a little bit differently, even though it does have some significance to the plot, to have it be seen again after we've seen it like 3 times already, and with everybody getting all mad about the fact that Spider-Man's being recasted and rebooted again, and people are all worried, oh no, we may see Uncle Ben die again. And I'm wondering if there's just as much anger whenever they see Batman's parents die again and again and again. We really don't need to see an origin story that we know already. If it's an origin story you don't know, that's fine, but if it's an origin story we do know, then you don't really need to replay it over and over again. You can just tell the origin story in a little bit of exposition, really, instead. There is a scene with Kevin Costner's character, Jonathan Kent, in this movie. Now, I don't really think we need Jonathan Kent in this movie. His character died in the first movie, spoiler for Man of Steel. We don't need to see his character in this movie. You could have just had Superman mourning over the grave of his Earth father, and that's it. You don't need to see Jonathan Kent and make us recognize that it's actually coming from Superman's perspective only. He's not really there. Because to have him there kind of confuses the audience and to make us think, well, wait a minute, didn't Jonathan Kent die in the first movie? And aside from that, this is a good movie. It's not a perfect film by far. It's not one of the best comic book movies I've seen, and certainly not one of the best films of the year, but it is a good enough movie that I really liked seeing it more than once. I've seen it twice already, so it is a very good movie. I'm going to give this movie a B. Definitely check this movie out and judge it for yourself whether or not you think you'd like it or not. I know the Rotten Tomatoes score is like in its 30s. But I really don't think it's worthy of that score. I think the score should be a little bit higher, like in the 70s perhaps. It's really not worthy of a 30 score. That's a bad score, and it's really underrating the film. And that's all I gotta say for Batman v Superman.